So, hello everyone. This is a quick update on the tool changer. Well, I mean the doot changer. I sadly had an issue with my tools, and that is even after spreading all the way over this many pins, I have experienced a slight amount of, well, inconsistency in the tool, and as you can see, I'm able to wiggle it left and right now, which is absolutely not good. While this works still amazingly for single extrusion, and you might as well use it for hot swappable hot ends, it's not what I expected from a tool changer. So as you can see, I consider this type to be an absolute failure, but don't worry, I'm going to show you what I thought, because I actually thought of a great solution to this problem. What if we, instead of using different couplers and magnets or pulling forces, combine them together? And these are my ideas for now. As you can see, I'm using a spherical magnet, and either any of these instead of the plastic printed couplings, so they don't wear down very fast. Although that one took a good amount of tool changes to wear down, it's still not what I expected. So the first design uses dowel pins that are not magnets. It works very amazingly, and it doesn't even wiggle slightly. It actually works far better than the plastic ones. There is a slight issue, and that is, although when it's like this, it's really hard to pull them apart. Once it's on the printer, the tool acts like a leverage, and ow, I actually got a screw stuck in here somehow. It actually makes it really easy to pick the tool up by just tapping it. So I have a few solutions for this problem. Either I can use cylindrical magnets instead of dowel pins, which I'm worried about the fragility since they are in such a weird position. Even though it's only a little bit of them isn't supported, like is unsupported, but I'm still worried. So I went with this solution, which is just putting these block magnets at an angle. It's around 125 degrees, I think, towards each other, like relatively, and actually I glued these wrong, so I gotta, sadly, since I can't dissolve the glue, I have to smash these and salvage the magnets out. Well, it's sad, but what can I do? And these actually only lock in a special angle. So let me get them just right. Because, you know, the magnets are like this left side, the spherical magnets are like the left side's one side and the right side's the other one, you know. So these two blocks are actually pulling each other a little bit. I thought it would be a good idea to make them like this, but if I just rotate them a little bit, yeah, that's the angle. And I just can't, wait, oh, is it this one? Yeah, this one works amazingly. If I only put this, like, I can move it back and forth, and I actually have tried it with a proper block. Sadly, I have to print it again, long story. But this one actually works too well. I'm actually worried the strength of these magnets are going to be too much and break my docks or skip my steppers. But I'll see. You know, if they're too strong, it's not a big deal. I can just use smaller, weaker ones. And this one, I might give it another try, or at least try to magnetize these pins, but we'll see. The issue with this one is that we need a special kind of cylindrical magnets. Since I don't want to use any special parts, that is harder for everyone to buy. I will not be trying to extend this further, even though it's one of the best designs, because I don't want you guys to get weird magnets just for the tool changer. And this one is working really well. But I have included the file for this one if you want to experiment, but if you do, you need a magnet that has like the upside. Or should I hold it like this? The left side should be, say, north, and the right side should be the other one, instead of, say, the top and the bottom. So that's why it's kind of like, those magnets, from at least in my country, are rare. So if you want to work on this, maybe give it a try. And yeah, these are the new magnets. And if you're curious, you just put, after super gluing these in, and be very careful. These are strong and they can just, you know, pop off anytime before they're set, and you can get your fingers stuck to them. I had that happen, and it's not fun. Anyway, after you do that, you just be very careful. These things are strong, can break really easily. You take your magnets and you put them on like this, and then just put glue into these holes, you know, before they have magnets, and then just push them over and just keep them like this with your hands until they cure, which should only take at most a minute. But yeah, hopefully this can be finally the thing that makes the tool changer perfect. And these are also cheap. Even though you gotta buy more, they're cheaper actually. These are, yeah, they're very cheap. But also, I have a few other ideas that I need to show you. Wrong drawer. Ah, yes, so I bought these. Servos, as far as I know from E3D, is not a good idea. They wear down very fast. But, while looking around, I found these. Let me open this. Sorry, this is a sketchy video. I just randomly. It's not planned at all. Just an update, you know, silly, dumb update. Ah, yes. I found these modders, 28BYJ. And these are dirt cheap. But sadly, they don't work with the stepper drivers that you're used to, so you gotta mod them and open them. But it's really easy. You just open this and cut one of the cables and one of the PCB traces, and they become something you can control with a normal stepper driver. I think it's called Wave, I don't know, I forgot the name of these steppers. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna try these if the magnets don't work. These are actually not that heavy. But I could just do the Jubilee thing and put them on the outside. You know, that way it doesn't matter how heavy they are. The reason I don't use just like, you know, regular extruder steppers are because they are expensive, and my goal is to create something cheap. You might as well get the E3D one if you want to spend money, because that's far better than anything I could ever create with my budget. And this is another method I'm thinking of. Yep, I'm not kidding, just a dumb stepper. But what I'm thinking of doing is use a current limiting DC-DC converter, and you know, just connect this to an edge bridge. And with the DC, with the kind of switching current limiters, you can use it to control the torque of this thing. So if you use the constant torque to, you know, spin the thing that locks it in, it will always lock in the same place, in theory, I think at least. And you know these, you can just salvage them from toys, and they're like freaking 5 cents, I think. I'm just kidding, I don't know how much they cost, but everyone probably has one in their closets. And they're cheap. So yeah, hopefully it will go great. The other issue in this method is that the T-shaped thingy that has to lock in the part needs to be somehow created, and I don't want to ask you guys to borrow a lathe out. Why do I keep dropping things? I don't want you guys to ask to borrow a lathe or something, so I'm thinking of finding something. Actually, a lathe wouldn't be useful at all, but you know, I'm thinking of a solution for that problem too. Anyway, have fun.